wish I thought about this. Or
like wearing a trash bag.
Forgot to put them in my park bag and it poured down rain for like 30 minutes. I am a Florida lover. One day I'm gonna live in Florida. I'm just gonna say that to my husband so many times that it's gonna be in his subconscious and he's gonna be like, yes, one day we are gonna live in Florida. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle Warren and today I have a video on my top must-haves when packing for your Disney vacation. Some of these are geared towards packing when you have kids and some I would bring if I was going to Disney without kids. It's kind of a good balance between stuff for kids and stuff for adults, so let's jump in. We just got back from our Disney vacation a few weeks ago. You prepare and prepare and prepare, and you can have lists and lists and lists and think you are so ready and still get there and be like, oh, I wish I thought about this. And this isn't even considering things like Band-Aids and wet wipes and all that stuff, but these are just some of those like odds and ends things. Let's talk about Florida weather for a second, okay? It doesn't really matter when you go. The weather in Florida is very iffy. You never really know. It's very common for there to be sudden rain showers in Florida. So being prepared for the weather and being prepared for heat. I don't have my travel umbrella down here with me, but I did bring one travel umbrella that was really small, lightweight. I got it on sale, I think at H&M or something for just a few dollars. It was just really compact, which I liked. And then I got a bunch of these ponchos at the Dollar Tree. It says reusable, but we just threw them out after we were done with them. It's durable, it's hooded, but it's like wearing a trash bag. But it keeps you from getting your clothing soaking. It was crazy because there's one day I actually forgot to put them in my park bag and it poured down rain for like 30 minutes or more. And we were in Epcot. We were in the right side of the Epcot World Showcase where there's really not a lot of buildings. There's like no buildings. It was like before you get to Canada, it was a lot of like kiosks and we couldn't really go that far because it was like pouring down rain. I mean, I got our stroller afterward and it was full of like puddles of water. Like any little thing that could collect water in our stroller was full of water. So we did get drenched. It wasn't the end of the world. It was totally fine. We dried off pretty quickly because it was hot. Yeah, it wasn't the most enjoyable thing, but it would have been better if we had ponchos. But so the next, fast forward, like a few days later, we were at Animal Kingdom. All of a sudden it just started downpouring. There's like barely any warning and all of a sudden it's raining and I pulled out all the ponchos. I was prepared. I was so proud of myself. And my dad actually happened to be walking around with us, but I had only packed 4 ponchos, but I had my travel umbrella, so you just never know. So they all had the ponchos. We threw one poncho over the stroller to kind of keep the stroller semi-dry, and my youngest daughter got inside the stroller and we were able to totally cover her up. So she was pretty comfortable in there and dry. Then my dad and my daughter and my husband all wore the ponchos and I had the umbrella. So I mean, we got, you know, I got a little wet. It made it a lot more bearable. It was very nice, and you just want to make sure you come prepared. So whether you have reusable nice ponchos or you just get these little ones from the Dollar Tree, I think I packed maybe 8 of them and we used 4. One other thing that I find to be really helpful is having some sort of shoe that's comfortable as well as can handle moisture. So if you're in rain, you don't want to be walking around in like flip-flops that are like sliding all over the place, or tennis shoes, like soggy tennis shoes. That's so miserable. The next thing that is also weather related is something to keep you cool if it's hot. My mom got these for the girls. I think she got them at Walmart or something, and they're those battery operated fans that have the little spray bottle so you can mist your face and have the fan at the same time. I know some people actually have those like personal fans that you can like wear around your neck and it like blows air right up on your face. Now I don't have those. I've heard they're great. I didn't end up using anything. Those cooling towels are also really nice. So just something to keep you cool, because there were some really, really hot days. Upper 90s and super humid, very sticky weather. These were nice for the girls to have, and I just filled it not all the way up with water because I was like, oh, heaven forbid if like somehow they opened it and water went everywhere. It kept them distracted from the heat, because the heat can really wear people down quickly. So if you can kind of distract them from the heat, it just makes it a little more bearable, and you're not dealing with maybe as much whining. The ones in the park, I want to say are $24 or $25. This I think we got for $12, and then I just made sure I had extra batteries in my bag just in case. You could probably get them even cheaper somewhere else. We got these in Orlando, but better than paying $25 in the park. The next thing that I found to be super helpful was, and this is with kids, I already have this, it's a folding step stool. I have 2 kids who can't reach the sink yet. And the sinks in the Disney hotels, and any hotel for that matter, are really high. They're for full-grown people. And at home, we have step stools, but you forget, like in a hotel, that they're gonna need to wash their hands. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go in there and pick them up every time they go to the bathroom or whatever. Now, when you're in the parks, they have those low sinks made for kids. But in the hotel rooms, you don't have that. So if they're brushing their teeth or they're washing their hands, they can't reach the sink. I found that to be like a really great packing essential for me that I will do in the future until my children are big enough to be able to reach the water without a step stool. I will be taking that on all of our trips. Another thing that was really helpful with kids was these little digital cameras, and they're pretty kid-proof. They're also waterproof, which is great. So they could have like taken them into a water ride or in the pool. I don't know that they actually ever did. It was a great way for them to be active, even at like down times during our vacation when maybe we just wanted to sit down for a little bit, but the kids still wanted to be engaging in some way. There was one day where we were trying to find somewhere cool in Animal Kingdom, which is very hard to do. It's probably the hardest park to stay cool in, unless you're going to one of the shows. There's not a lot of indoor places to go. So we found we went into the little otter grotto, and there's actually this little nook in there where there's a fan and a place to sit, and you can watch. They normally have otters in there. There was no otter that I could see. It was just fish. But my kids stood there for about 10 or 15 minutes taking pictures of the fish while we just kind of like chilled out and enjoyed the fans and just vegged for a little bit. And that was really nice, and it gave them something to do. They also took pictures of people that they met. They were taking pictures of their food, because I always take pictures of my food. So they watch me what I take pictures of, and then they kind of take pictures. But it really was a fun way to see our vacation from their perspective. It was really sweet to download those pictures, and we'll definitely be using these again. And they were nice. They have the string on them so the girls could wear them around their necks. I thought about getting little fanny packs for them to keep them in so that they wouldn't be more likely to lose them, but the string did really seem to work pretty well for them. I just had to keep them in my backpack for part of the time because they didn't want to fool with them sometimes. And we'll continue talking about gear. I will talk about a couple of things for my phone, because you are using your phone so much in Disney World within my Disney Experience app. So your fast passes and your reservations, and if you're playing the Disney parks games and things, and then also mobile order, you're looking at wait times on there. You're just constantly using your phone. I had seen somebody else on YouTube had used this, and I thought, oh my gosh, what a great idea. And so I did it as well, because I hated having to keep if I wanted to take, now I did have my camera, but like sometimes I just want to be able to snap a picture with my phone, or I want to grab it to look at our next fast pass, or I want to use it to check the wait times, and I don't want to have to keep reaching into a pocket in my bag or in my backpack or whatever, like having to unzip and like pull stuff out. So this is actually like a rubber lanyard for your phone, and it's from, I got this one, it's Gear Beast, and I got it on Amazon. You can pick all different colors. I just got white. One thing about white is one of my red phone cases kind of stained, so there's like pink on it. So I don't know, maybe if I did it again I'd get black or a dark color. But let me show you how it looks on the phone so you can see how you wear it. But it was really nice to be able to wear my phone around my neck and just grab my phone when I needed it. And that way, if I had other things in my hands, I wasn't gonna be likely to drop my phone. Like, it wasn't going anywhere. It was very accessible, which was great. So this is the way that you put it on. And it's even got a pocket there for if you want to put, you know, card or something in there. And yeah, my screen looks terrible, and it's like a real rubbery, so it's grippy. And then you put it around your neck. Yeah, it just kind of hangs around your neck. It was really great to have. I was even able to wear my phone on a lot of rides, like even roller coasters and stuff, because it wasn't going anywhere. It was staying right here. The next gear thing that was really helpful, again, because you're using your phone so much, was this phone case that is actually a charger. So I'm gonna show you. It's a smart battery case. It looks like this, and it has a full charge on it. You charge it while your phone is in it. I would let my phone run out almost of battery, and then hit this button, and it charges your phone up. And it's got a full charge on this phone case. It's a little bit heavier than my normal case, but really not by much. I mean, it's really, really, really lightweight. Just obviously has like a battery in there, so that's what it looks like when it's on the phone. So it wasn't super bulky or anything. And that was awesome. You need to have some way to charge your phone while you're there, because it's hard to do Disney on one charge in your phone if you're gonna be there any amount of time. I actually also brought one of those external chargers, like a little, that looked like the little lipstick looking ones. I always had that with me as well. I never ended up needing to use it. The phone case ended up being perfect and gave me enough juice to get through the day. So I really just needed 2 charges is what I needed. That was my Mother's Day gift from my husband. So yay, Bo, your Mother's Day gift made it to my top Disney packing must-haves. So if you're watching, woo, way to go, very good gift. Very good gift. A couple of things are just slightly random. And I actually didn't even pack for us, but I was talking to my sister, and I said, you know, as I was thinking about this video, I was like, what are some things that you feel like are essentials for your Disney trips? Because she and I kind of plan trips together and talk about Disney together all the time, because we both love to talk about it. So we get it out of our systems when we're talking to each other. That way we're not like bugging our husbands constantly talking about stuff that they're like, okay, seriously, we're done. Anyway, so she was telling me that one thing they brought was soft soap, because her kids have a hard time washing their hands with the bars of soap. You know, they slide all around, especially with kids. But even some people just prefer not to use the bars of soap, and they don't have soft soap in the bathrooms in the hotels, just the bar soap. So a lot of people will bring these, and they'll have the kind that you can either lock the thing or put the plastic thing back on so that you can put it in a Ziploc bag and it doesn't squirt all over your stuff. I can see how it would have been really convenient and a little bit easier for my kids to wash their hands. Or again, if you just really don't like using bar soap to wash your hands. The next thing that I was gonna talk about, I generally take when I'm staying in a hotel room anymore, is I take a lot of water. We actually took those big 2.5 gallon, like with a handle, and it's got the little spigot at the bottom that you pull out. You can actually just fill cups really easily from there. I am a Florida lover. One day I'm gonna live in Florida. I keep telling myself, like, I'm just gonna say that to my husband so many times that it's gonna be in his subconscious, and he's gonna be like, yes, one day we are gonna live in Florida. But I digress. So, but there's 2 things about Florida that I am not very fond of, and one is the grass. It's very coarse grass. I live in Kentucky, and we have beautiful green, soft grass. So Florida grass is not great. and their water is terrible. Cannot stand Florida water. So I made sure that we had multiple jugs of water. Now they do have places where you can get water in the parks. It doesn't taste fabulous, but it's fine. But you can go to the quick serve places and grab water. But I just wanted to make sure we had it, especially in our room, in our hotel room, for the mornings and the evenings whenever we were there. So that's an essential to me, having good water, because I like to be hydrated, but I want it to taste good. Even if you are on the meal plan, I feel like it's important to have some sort of snack or something in your bag to tide you over for just those times when maybe you aren't near somewhere where you can grab something, or you're in the bus. Well, you're not really supposed to be eating the bus, but whatever. You're transitioning from one place to another. You don't really have time to stop and grab something. You just need something to tide you over until your next meal or your next snack or whatever. So I brought a lot of things like this. Little pouches for my kids, cereal bars. It was helpful to just have some sort of little snack, trail mix, whatever you like, but just a little something, because you know, there's a couple things that make people grumpy and like mean and not fun to be around, and makes the happiest place on earth really unenjoyable. Heat, like unbearable heat, where you have nothing like a cool towel or a fan, or people that are hot, and people that are really hungry or hangry. So having little snacks is really helpful. Okay, and then something else that I thought was an essential were Ziploc bags. I brought little mini sandwich ones, and I bought big gallon size ones. Now we stayed in a hotel off Disney property the first week, and then we were on Disney property the second week. So we actually had a full kitchen, and we were actually cooking and bringing some of our own food for 1 week. So I did bring some of my own food, and we were using Ziploc baggies for snacks and things like that. So it was helpful for that, but it was also helpful for, like, the big large ones are great for holding dirty shoes, dirty clothes, wet bathing suits. I also had some Tupperware that I got at the dollar store for just like little leftovers that we might have, or if we were at a meal and they gave you like a plate full of pastries. Well, you know they're gonna throw those away, and I didn't do this at buffets, but if they're gonna put a plate of pastries in front of you and you only eat half of them, I don't want them to throw them away, and I know probably somebody's gonna want one of those pastries or muffins. In like an hour or two, they're gonna be hungry. So I just had a few Ziploc bags in my bag, and I just throw the extra pastries in there if we had extra. And generally they got eaten throughout the day. Somebody was hungry, so I did have a few things like that. Another one is some sort of glow, light up toy, whether it's like an actual toy that lights up. Like I got my kids like these swords that light up, but also these little things that you can get around Halloween, the little glow sticks and bracelets and glasses and stuff. It helps to be able to have something when your kids are like, I want a light up toy, you know, or I want that bubble thing that glows. That's the thing that they wanted. And I was like, oh gosh, well, we've got our own light up stuff. We've got our light up necklaces and bracelets and wands. And so I just pull some of this stuff out for the fireworks nights, or Rivers of Light at Animal Kingdom, and so I gave all the kids their bracelets and necklaces. It was just really fun. Way cheaper doing this than buying those glow light up toys in Disney World. And then lastly, I brought my own souvenirs. So I did buy some souvenirs in Disney, and I did post a Disney haul video, so you can check out all the things that I got while I was in Disney. If you're like me and you want to get a good deal, it takes more planning and a little bit of storage space, but I planned throughout the year, and as I was out shopping, if I saw something that was Disney related, that was on clearance or discounted somehow, then I would stock up on it. And so by the time we got to our Disney trip, I had like a huge box full of all of these different Disney toys that I could give my kids throughout the week. And we were celebrating their birthdays while we were there, so it's kind of a birthday celebration as well. So if you like to plan ahead and you're okay with kind of storing some things in your home somewhere, that's a really good way to get a good amount of stuff without blowing a ton of cash on little toys and trinkets. So those are just a couple of my must-have packing essentials. I hope it was helpful for you, helped you think of some things maybe that you hadn't thought about yet. I would love for you to comment below if you have other items that you're like, okay, Danielle, you forgot this. This is definitely a must-have for me. So you can comment below and let me know what are your must-haves, what are your essentials, or comment below and let me know which one did I mention that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that on my next Disney trip. I get some of my ideas from other people as well, so I'm not gonna claim them all for myself. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see y'all soon.